or find the quickest way out of here. Don't worry though, I got your back. Even if everyone else abandons you, I'll be here till the end. Such is my purpose. And my job as the narrator. If I'd be Lloyd, I'd be picking up all this pleroma grass. Like, I'll take some of this, and some of this, and some of this. It's all here. Wait, wasn't there a chest here? Oh, hell no, I'm not doing this. This is one of the higher level ones. Okay. Alright, it's time to head back. The worst thing about being arrested is that they took my car away too. Not good. Gotta break their line of sight somehow. Target confirmed. Oh shit. It's Lloyd. How did they spot me all the way from there? Execute pincer formation. Oh, I need to hide inside Nox Forest. Damn, no way around it. Quick, Lloyd, hide in the chest. They'll never find me in the chest. Honestly, just wait for them to cut across. Lloyd, you should have hidden the chest, man. They would have never known. Hey. Surely they can't follow me in here. Their uniforms may be different, but they're just as unshakable as ever. Come on, you can do this. Ah. Fugitive spotted. Capture him. Ah, fuck. Oh my god, they can't hit shit. Yeah, that's what I thought, man. I got my quartz back. Good luck trying to hurt me now. That's what I thought. My best bet of sneaking into Crossbell City is going to be the freight line. Come hell or high water. I have to make it out of here in one piece, no matter what it takes. Wait, what? I still got arrested in the end? A commendable effort. Who'd have thought a simple detective could hold out for so long against the born-again defense force? Isn't he a former teammate of Second Lieutenant Seekers? Maybe we shouldn't be so surprised. Enough talk. Disarm him now. Remember, our orders are to take him alive. Yeah, I don't think so. Damn. He can still move? Help me understand, why bother going this far? Can you just not stomach your precious crossbow changing so much? Wake up. No matter how much you struggle, you'll never make a difference all on your own. That's not true. The only thing stopping us from making a difference is refusing to stand up and try. I refuse to be swept away by this. Refuse to close my eyes and let the truth pass me by. The people I care about need me, and I'll take it back. Oh. So understand this. I will never give up. No matter how many times you knock me down, I won't surrender. You can break my legs, but I'll always get back on my feet. If they chop off my arms, I'll kick him till he dies. If they chop off my legs, I'll stare him to death. That was like that Naruto quote. So good. What's with this guy? What a shame. Charge up on my command, men. Let's see him get up after this. Aim for the legs. Don't back down now. Not until the bitter end. What about Randy? Give me your strength. I'm disappointed in you. Was it Wald? You seem to have forgotten to include someone in your prayer. Huh? What was that? Sounds like it's coming from inside my... Oh, it's Zeit. Zeit can speak to us now? What the? Oh shit. Zeit got an upgrade. He's become 3D. CG Zeit. What? Leave now, soldiers of this false paradise. This man falls under my charge. Confounded beast. The CDF would never let themselves surrender to a mere cryptid. Oh, did he just eat him? Oh, he ate his hat though. Must I repeat myself? No, that's quite alright. Run away! Retreat! What the heck? Zeit, when'd you get a growth spur, man? Kia beef. What has Kia been feeding you? Too many dog treats. It would seem I gave them a great deal more shock than I had intended. It has been ages since I've assumed this form after all. Perhaps I may have forgotten just how to restrain myself. There are so many things I could say about this right now. But I'll keep it short and ask just one question. And that would be... What the hell, Zeit? How is your timing always this good? True. He's always here when we need him. Dang, look how fast he's moving. I think the screen's kind of like tearing a bit too, sorry. A holy beast sent by Eidos. You? Well, while not that's not entirely correct, it would be simpler if you think of me in such terms. You already know the Septarians bestowed upon mankind by the grace of the goddess in times past. We holy beasts are tasked with keeping vigil over those treasures, as well as the keepers. Yeah, like Ragnard. When you say we, does that include the dragon that appeared during the Liberal incident? An excellent deduction. The dragon is known as Ragnard. He is indeed one of my brethren. He remained in the land now known as Liberal for centuries to observe the Septarian of space, the Oriole. However, even I am unaware of his current location, now that his oath has been fulfilled. Isn't he chilling with Cassius now? That's like, for like, yeah, I think so, right? Yeah, he's like chilling with Cassius. This is all a little tough to follow. But would that mean you've been here in Crossbell since the distant past yourself? That is correct. I have dwelled in this land since before the Great Collapse, over 1200 years ago. As for the reason the Septarians of Mirage vanished from its domain, as well as the actions man took in their misguided attempts to revive it, both are knowledge that I hold to a certain extent. Dang, so he was here since the beginning. Those are things the others and I never had the means to unearth on our own. The Septarians of Mirage, gifted by the goddess and inherited by the Kwa family. Why did it disappear? Why does Kia of all people bear the burden of trying to replace it? Please, Zeit, I need to know the truth. Not just about what happened 1200 years ago, but how it relates to what Kia went through 700 years later. Well, I presented myself in this form with every intention of telling you. The Septarian that Eidos bestowed upon this land. Its name was Demi-Orgos, the treasure that governed the power of Mirage. Okay. So this is the ancient power here. Mirage is the element that controls perception and cognition. So too does the whole dominion over causality. A portion of this land's people had a goal for its power, and at the center of their shared aspirations was the Kwa family. The goal was to unseat Eidos as a supreme deity, in lieu of a god that could walk among mankind, okay? So Talos? A god that could guide its people through empathy and infinite wisdom. A god that could change the very fabric of fate itself. I see, so they tried to create an artificial god. On the surface, its power resembles that of the Oriole, which could grant man's desires without end. However, Demi-Orgos was bestowed with a high-minded dignity, and so was not subject to the same faults as the Shining Ring. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? High-minded dignity? Within it was the wisdom and judgment to guide humanity without corrupting it in the process. In wielding this power, Demi-Orgos was thus capable of shepherding mankind onto its proper path. And it would have done so, had its own heart not reached its limit? The world is an irrational place, and the people who live upon it are comprised of their numerous natures and deeds. I see. So what he's saying is that Demiurgos was capable of doing everything that the people made them to be, but at the same time, because they were mortal, they developed like a conscience and all that too. To understand them and steer their course, the Septarians required a sense of empathy, just as humans have. And with time, that empathy deteriorated, Demiurgos' heart giving way to an unnerving anguish. It feared that if things continued, it would come to harm those it sought to protect. So with a heavy heart, it steeled its resolve and made its decision. And so by unthreading the nexus of its own causality, the Septarians of Mirage disappeared from this world. Okay, which led to Kia? So that's what happened. Still doesn't explain how Kia got into the box. But what about the people it left behind? What did they do? Well, in the wake of the Septarians' departure, they were left bewildered, sorrowed, and frightened. But instead of reflecting upon their motivations behind Demiurgos' choice, they strayed from the path it had sought to lead them onto. Thereafter, those zealots became obsessed with creating an entity commensurate to the Septarians they had lost. So what, is this like the new generation of Qua then? In the wake of the Septarians' departure, they were left bewildered. Right, but instead of reflecting upon their motivations behind its choice, they strayed from the path. I see, so like they didn't understand why the first one left, so they tried to create a replica. But after 700 years, they had gathered enough knowledge to not only develop, but master their own unique practice. Alchemy, a magical art capable of giving form to the formless. It was then that a grand plan was formulated. They founded the cult as a pawn to play from the shadows, that entrusted them with rearing the future core of the new Septarians. The land of Crossbell would then need to be primed for their grand ceremony, the pinnacle of alchemical transmutation. Those were the means outlined by the alchemists of the Qua family several hundred years ago. To ensure their plan was financially feasible, the Qua family adopted a public image as prestigious bankers. Measures outlined by the alchemists by the Qua family. Okay, so the Qua family just got lucky and were the ones that established this. So they were the original alchemists. Okay, got it. Honestly, to keep a generation of people dedicated to this practice for so long, for 700 freaking years, that's crazy. Meanwhile, the cult began the steps to eventually awaken the core that have become the object of their worship. And so 500 years later, we have arrived at our current predicament. Lloyd's falling asleep. It's just unbelievable though. But I feel like I can finally grasp the big picture. Sight. Maribel called Kia the Septarian of Zero. What does she mean by that? Does that make her different from the Septarian of Mirage? Good question. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer you seek. It could be that the Qua family made an unexpected discovery as their 1200-year delusion began to materialize. If that's the case, they may have not created an entity to equal Demiurgos. But that's the thing too, why were they not able to create another Demiurgos? Like, sure, they didn't understand, but like, is it just the practice was lost because it was so long ago when the first one was created? That is to say, the Septarian of Zero may very well surpass the might of the original. The Ion of White is such an example. The power it demonstrated was not that of its own, but rather of a Septarian. However, the Septarian of Mirage did not possess the ability to manipulate reality so instantaneously. The faculty is more akin to a different higher element, space. Assuming there's even more to the artificial Septarian than we currently know, we cannot begin to fathom what it might be capable of. I was afraid you'd say that. Are they trying to suggest that like it uses a completely new element, like an element that we haven't, that is above the higher powers maybe? And there's one more thing I'd like to ask. Based on what you've told me, Kia, she isn't really human, is she? She is, and yet she is not. She's a synthetically created being designed to serve as the core of a manufactured septarian. Most likely a homunculus that was created through advanced transmutation. Ooh. Okay. Homunculus. Right, we've heard that term before, though. Kia probably realized the truth herself a long time ago, and yet never once did she stop smiling for us. Okay. 10 Graham Hill. I guess we're almost back. Is this the Calvardian border? Yes. The Defense Force soldiers should have difficulty finding us here. This would be a good opportunity to rest. Thanks, Lloyd. You really saved me back there. Huh? Oh shit, are we actually going to Calvard? What is that? A barrier of some sort that appeared around Crossbell City. It would seem that only those that are permitted may freely enter and exit, and those that are not cannot pass through it at all, be they living or machine. You gotta be kidding. As you saw when you escaped, pleroma grasses begin to bloom all throughout the state of Crossbell. It would be accurate to think of it as a sign that the land itself has become one with the newly born septarian. Sight. Just what is pleroma grass? I've heard that it shares some sort of connection with the septium veins underground. It was once the proverbial eyes of the former septarian mirage. As it bloomed, demiurgos could observe and understand the surface world. Okay, great. So they're little spy cameras for the goddess. It's also capable of distorting the surrounding space when spiritually linked to the septarian. That is the most probable cause of the cryptid's sudden emergence. Such beings could not exist on this plane by nature. I think I understand. But those disgusting rituals the DG cult was conducting, they were all about taking advantage of the pleroma grass properties to perfect gnosis, right? Yes. Their goal was to accumulate the knowledge and personalities of the victims who fell to the drug's influence. Said corpus of data would subsequently be transferred into the girl slumbering within the cradle of the Sun Fort. I see. But that's the thing too, right? Is that Kia was already in the Sun Fort, already captured by the DG cult, right? So did Arios. Arios took her away from the DG cult? Took her away from the ancient battlefield and then stuck her in the box, knowing that she would be at the Schwarz auction? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, what is Arios' purpose in all this? The vast amounts of info would then self-organize to nurse forth the high-minded dignity then sought to recreate. And then after 500 years, the core of the septarian awoke. Right, which is Kia. Okay. This is the extent of my knowledge. The situation in which you find yourself is the will of the cult's puppet masters, meticulously crafted over the course of centuries. On that topic, the choices presented to you now are rather limited. Dude, I'm out of here. I'm gonna take a vacation in Calvard or something. Get me out of this state. Would you not prefer to flee to foreign soil until the storm has subsided? Well, I understand why you'd ask. My uncle's home is in Calvard, so it's true that I'd have somewhere to lay low if I had to. Okay, I didn't know that, lore. But no, it's not an option. There's work to be done here. I have answers to find and a case to crack. Do you now? Solving this crisis and uncovering the truth will be more than just a one-man job, too. Ellie, Tio, and Randy. Not just them. Everyone. I need all of their strength. So you see, I can't run. I can't hide. I have to go back and face it all. Sorry to do this after you brought me all this way here, but I still have a duty to fulfill. Also, it'd be a pretty dick move if I was the only one with that prison break and just escaped. I mean, I get it, but what truth are you hoping to ascertain? Isn't it obvious? I don't care about her powers or where she came from. What I want to know is what Kia wants more than anything else in the world. I need to hear it straight from her heart. Chances are, I'll never be able to find out unless I bring her home. There's also the matter of what happened to the old Septarians. How can we expect her to shoulder that burden Demiurgos couldn't? She's like family to me. And if I just sit by and let her suffer that fate? That's true, right? Because like, if Demiurgos, the OG, couldn't do it, right? How long can Kia do it too before she eventually abandons humanity? Like, that's the fucked up part, right? Is that like, this is like the same history repeating itself, where Dieter is going to just keep asking and having demands for Kia to do stuff to, like, you know, remain to have Crossbell remain autonomous until Kia eventually, you know, can't do it anymore. She's like emotionally exhausted, or it's yeah. How long can she hold out? So I'm gonna take her back, even if that means kicking the president and Arius off their pedestals. Well, it's good to see a little stint in the clink hasn't changed Crossbell's Father of the Year. Is that Wazzy? Huh? Oh, that's Kevin? Wait, what? No way. Are you kidding me? Is Wazzy a Grail Sritter? Wait, Abbas? No way Abbas is a Grail Sritter. That's fucked up, man. And Reese and Kevin too. Good to see you again, Bunnings. Oh, he's voiced. Oh my gosh, she looked better in her old outfit, let's be honest here. But I'm glad to see Reese again. Indeed, it's been too long.
Yeah.
Hey, how you been? Ew, that's his voice? Yuck. How you been hanging these past 4 months? Thanks for remembering me, by the way. Of course, Kevin, I could never forget you. Yeah, your voice is not what I imagined, though. Hard to forget the names and faces of the Septian Church Grail Spritters. Wait, Wazzy, does that mean you're... Wazzy Hemisphere, the Sapphire Testament. What? Otherwise known as the Ninth Dominion. Yeah, I gotta drink some water. No way. This guy's a fucking Dominion? Okay. He's known as the Sapphire Testament. Yeah, that's a fire name. It's a pleasure to make your reacquaintance. You what? And incidentally, I am a knight of the Grail Sritter. I work in the service of Wazzy. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Have you two really been stringing me along this entire time? But wait a second. When we first met Reese, neither of you said even a word about any of this. My apologies, I pretended not to know who he was. Father Wazzy your Father Wazzy. Yo, ain't no way, man. Father Wazzy's undercover mission is regarded with the utmost secrecy. Yeah, her arrival here completely fooled that old grump Geralda too. He had no idea who the real mole was. And I really owe her for that. I mean, you guys are kind of dumbasses too. You're using your real name too, even though you're undercover. Like, at least use an alias. Happy to be of service. I mean, yeah, for once Reese standing out like the sore thumb she's worked out. Anyone could have seen through her sister act. I bet the Archbishop was beside himself when she walked through the door. I have no idea what you're talking about. And besides, you're hardly in any position to preach to me about how to successfully go undercover, knowing your track record. Yeah, that's true, man. Yo, Kevin's the worst man at staying incognito. To be fair, none of them look anything like your average clergy people. But okay, that's enough cashing up for now. You see, the actual reason we're here is because he called us. Who, Zeit? Yep, that's correct. What, did you give them a call on your Bluetooth speaker? I had a hunch your resolve would remain firm, so I thought it'd be prudent to recruit collaborators on your behalf. No way I get Abbas as a party member. Now that you know I've been infiltrating Crossbell, you can probably fill in the blanks. But the Grail Spritters have seen this situation coming for a while now, to a certain degree at least. Dang, his name is Dominion Wazzy. Still, there were a lot of gaps to bridge. We didn't know the Qua family was behind the conspiracy for one, or Kia's true identity. That's kind of unbelievable though, right? Because if the Qua family was the one that inherited this like duty to, you know, try to create this artificial god, then how are there no records of them for the past 1200 years? Or rather, maybe not even 1200, the last 700 years, right? How has the church not have any record of this family? Like, that's kind of, I mean, I don't know. If anything, like, there should at least be like some slight monitoring of their family because, you know, of their history, but whatever. It's okay. I'm not too salty about that. Zeit recently brought us up to speed on the whole story, like I'm sure he did with you. But that being said, what we are contending with here is an artificially reconstructed septarian of mirage. The situation is far beyond the scope of the Grail's Ritter's typical duty of artifact retrieval, and as such, the circumstances would normally make this out of our jurisdiction. But on the other hand, we couldn't just ignore the society's involvement in this little brouhaha. And that's where you come in, Mr. Detective. You are in for getting our hands dirty. That's about the size of it. I think we'll be allowed to intervene if it's under the guise of collaborating with you. So, Lloyd, what'd you say? I feel betrayed. Well, there's just one thing I need to confirm first. Kia, what does the church plan to do with her? Good question. Is she an artifact or is she a person? Right for the jugular, that one's a toughie. Yes, but being dishonest will get us nowhere with him. I agree. He deserves to know the truth. Then that's what we'll give him. The Septarian of Zero is far more dangerous than the Septarian of Space the Oriole ever was. That much is for certain, even if we still haven't grasped the full breadth of her powers yet. But you've been locked away for weeks. Are you aware at all of what's happening around the continent? I've been locked away for weeks? Ayo, what? An entire game could have passed when I was in prison. All I've heard is that the Civil War has broken out in the Empire. Boy, has it. It all got put on the fast track after that armored division they tried to send across the border got snuffed out. You mean that little fleet of 4 tanks? Yeah, okay, man. Hey, you know how the Golden Stallion rolls. But every time they tried to push back, they got whooped all over again by those ions. Right when things were going to Gehenna in the handbasket over there, Noble Alliance troops scuttled out and occupied Heimdallr. Dude, I have no idea what you're saying. I haven't played Cold Steel. I have no idea what that is. By the way, I did a bit of research. Apparently Cold Steel takes place during the same time of this, so that's why I don't understand some of this context. I was like a bit confused last episode, but now I understand. So yeah. So like when we do play Cold Steel, it's happening during Crossbell's events at the same time. They're like happening at the same time, basically. They overlap. It was then that the Blood Iron Chancellor was shot. No one's seen him since. Now that the Empire is ablaze in the flames of civil war, do you expect it to be doused anytime soon? That's crazy, man. I bet it was Olivier. Rat bastard. Meanwhile, the Republic has been in an economic crisis as a result of Crossbell's actions. And on top of that, terrorist activity has been in full swing to the point where the President has formally declared a state of emergency. Whoa, wait, what? Why is the Republic also... Okay. What the hell? Damn, I can't believe that Crossbell just caused every other country to start infighting. When it rains, it pours. You don't even know half of it. It's not like things are coming up roses in other countries either. Questionable activity is beginning to surface in regions Erbonia and Calvard have traditionally had under their thumbs. All the while, President Kwa has been pressuring heads of state throughout the continent to have them bend the knee to Crossbell, that is. I get it. Where it's like, if you align yourself with me, I will solve your internal problems, whether it's like terrorism, internal strife, and all that. I get it. And naturally has the power of the Septarian to coerce them with. Exactly. It had the ability to repel the Imperial Army, one of the most powerful military forces in all of Zemuria. And that's just what the 3 archaism the society supplied. What do you think would happen if they were to be mass-produced, souped up by the Septarian of Zero and deployed continent-wide? But Kia would ever agree to that, not when it means harming innocent people. In all technicality, it does not seem that the archaisms are controlled by the Septarians directly. More likely, the Septarians' power is granted them the ability to move autonomously as her guardians. Much like that Ren girl's archaisms, Hater Mater. Not Ren mentioned. I'm inclined to agree on that point. I seriously doubt that little girl is in the driver's seat there. That makes it all the easier for those ions to be abused by just about anyone, with her none the wiser. Whether or not Kia is consciously in control is beyond the point, or is besides the point. Power like that is still too much danger to ignore. Damn, so they want to kill her then. Okay, now I know where the church stands. But despite your stake in this, I'd still like to ask for your cooperation. Really? I thought you were going to turn us down for sure. Well, I'm just being realistic. I know this isn't something I can do by myself. Time isn't on my side either. The longer this drags on, the more Kia will be made to suffer. But let me make one thing clear. If you lay a hand on her, I'll stop you, even if it means fighting to the death. I'm not the only one. They would say the same thing. We'll never let you take her. Call it a fallacy, call it illogical, I don't care. We're her family, and we won't let you hurt her. Damn, I knew you were a sharp guy, but didn't know you had that kind of fire in you. Well, I'm thinking I'm starting to get why you like him so much, Wazi. Well, that's a late way to put it. The man stole in my heart. I'm serious, Wazi, if you... I know. As a Dominion of the Grail Splitter, I swear on Idios' name. You will not be excluded from how we choose to deal with her. Your opinions and input will be heard. I know that's not ideal, but this is the best I can do given our position. Sound good to you? Yeah, it's enough for now. Then we have a deal. Okie dokie, time to get to work. Let's move out, gang. Dude, do I get Kevin as a party member again? What's that? Oh, that sound, it harkens me back to times past. The heavenly chariot, I take it. The what? Huh? What the heck? Warframe ship? Okay. Airships? With camouflage ability? Tactical crafts reserved for use by the Grail Splitter. We call them Merkaba. Each is equipped with a number... Yo, how is Zeit gonna fit on that? Each is equipped with a number of stealth functions, including but not limited to optical camouflage. They'll be just what we need to stay discreet while traveling through Crossbellian airspace. Well, Lloyd, ready to go? Yeah, let's do this. Kia, everyone. Wait for me. I'm coming. Oh my god, end the game right there. End the game right there. What a fucking chapter, man. Oh my god. It's... Oh, this is crazy. Every game just keeps getting even more, like, high stakes. Alright. I'm assuming this is chapter 5 then, in that case. Special Ops Airship of the Septian Church Grail Splitter, Merkaba. Merkaba Unit 5. Well, nah, man, you can't convince me these are just... They look like shoes. They look like those freaking, like, shoe locker, business cash, leather shoes. Oh, okay. Glad to know that Zeit can revert to his smaller form. We'll take care of the ions for our part, just as planned. You guys be careful out there. Same to you, Heretic Hunter. Oh, pardon me. Thousand Hand Guardian. Yes, right. He has a new title. It may not be your title anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't live up to it every now and then. Guess not. I gather that you derived your new title from the legendary Thousand Arms herself, Rufina Argent. It's very fitting, Father Kevin. Thanks. Sounds like a long story. Don't worry, Lloyd. I'll tell you all about it another day. Hey, Lloyd. The going's about to get tough, so hang in there, okay? Crossbell being in the spot it is, I wouldn't count on any outside help swooping in to save the day. I mean, you'd be surprised. I'm still waiting for Rishio to come back. I'm still waiting for, Wald. Like, we got... Wald's probably gonna, like, come back to help us. Probably. Hopefully. If I have one piece of advice, it's this. Don't forget the bonds you made along the way. You'll need them. The bonds I've made. Understood. I'll keep that in mind. Zoom and enhance on Reese real quick. May Idios watch over you, Lloyd. And give Ellie my regards when you come to her aid. Yeah, I'll make sure I do. What's going on? I've activated the optical camouflage. Keep in mind the effect itself is not infallible. Our top speed has also been reduced as a drawback. In short, if we tried to fly into restricted airspace at this speed, the ion geared towards mobility would catch us in no time. We won't stand a chance in a direct confrontation, that's why we're going to have Merkaba Unit 5 play decoy. So what you're saying is they'll give us the opening we need. Oh, so now you can talk in that form, huh? Okay, I see how it is, right? Freaking with his fake-ass wolf. This guy's a pretender. More of a pretender than I am. Show us what the real protectors can do, then. Oh, there's a cutscene? Okay. Yeah, Falcom loved their airship cutscenes. Freaking aircraft looks like a goddamn shoe. Gordius class tactical archaism prototype ion type beta. I still think Lo had the coolest archaism. What was it called again? Like Dragonite or something? There's a like jet black one. It was so cool. I need to look into some model kits too. I know there's one for the R sale. Because Falcom actually did release some model kits for their ships. I need to see if there's any. Oh, finale. The path we choose. Yep, can't wait for this finale to be like 10 hours long. I'm all for it, man. We have a lot of plot points to cover, so I'm locked in. I have like a hit list too. On 2 fingers, on both hands here. Well, we managed to slip through, but for the looks of it, the land of Crossbell is already integrated with the Septarian. If we're not careful, the ions will come after us again. So there's a limit to how much we can rely on this airship. Correct. Were we to land, the size of the craft would readily betray our presence to the network of Pleroma Grass. Exactly. So getting us on the ground is going to be a hassle. To combat that, I plan to use a blind spot outside the Septium Veins reaches. A blind spot? By nature, the Septium Veins influence is large enough to span the breadth of the land. However, even among the streams of Septium Veins, there yet exist small regions free of their purview. Now, I think I get it. So if we land one of those gaps, we won't be noticed. That's about the size of it. And it so happens the point we're at now is exactly the kind of spot we've been looking for. The sandbar on Ursula Road? It's the same area where that cryptid appeared. But how'd you figure out that? That was a safe zone so quickly. Well, Abbas and I already scouted it out beforehand, obviously. Once the Crossbell went south, we set up a little parlor trick and made our escape. Ah, so that's where you were. How very thorough of you. Well, to be fair, this is the only place like it we know of so far. In the future, we'll have to find other blind spots we can land. Now then, what's the plan? There's no way for us to get into the city, or with that barrier around it. I know. Still, I think it would be best to get our feet on the ground now. I want to get a feel of what's going on down there with my own eyes. Every little bit counts. We can also use this opportunity to check on the situation on St. Ursula Hospital. Fair enough. And then descend we shall. What troubles you? I know it's a little late to ask, but why exactly are you going so out of your way to help us, Sight? Okay, I thought they were going to ask him, why are you speaking now? There's a little something I heard about the dragon that appeared during the Liberal incident. Basically, you holy beasts aren't allowed to interfere with the fates of the Septarians, right? Just so. That is a provision of the covenant we have made. However, as the Septarians of Mirage have long since been lost, my duty has already come to an end. With those shackles removed, I am permitted to act more freely. Ah, I see. So he's saying because Demiurgos is no longer here, I can do whatever I want. It's kind of based. So Zeit's like, I'm just helping you guys because why not? Lending a modicum of help to the children of man should be within my bounds. So that's how it is. Is that why you helped us during the Warhound case back then? You assumed correctly. I cannot give you my indefinite support, but I can grant you my aid for the time being. You may simply consider this a part of my role as a police dog if that so pleases you. Sure, we're glad to have you aboard. That's right. The three of us are going to have to make do on our own for now. When you're ready to disembark, let Abbas know and he'll take us down. The Merkaba also offers a few facilities at your disposal. Feel free to bother the crew for new equipment or supplies if you want to use the Orbital factory. Got it, thanks. Wazi and Zeit have joined the party. Wazi has learned the S-Craft Akashic Arm. He does not use an enigma. Wait, what the frick? Zeit's an actual party member? He does not have an S-Craft. You'll only be able to control Lloyd when aboard the Merkaba. All other members will be on standby within the ship. You can, however, still be able to manage all members' equipment in the camp menu, okay? No way, fucking Zeit. He even has his own equipment. Hard jerky. A gift from the kids in the city. Very, very chewy. An expensive shampoo that results in a... What the heck? You know Kia gave this to him. Protector. Part of his S3 gear. S3 cleans it every now and then. Fang collar. Has a CPD tag. Oh, that's so cute. Bro, I can't believe Wazi is a flipping Dominion. I knew he was hiding something. I didn't expect him to be a Dominion. Okay. What did he have on already? Saint's garb. A tunic cleansed with thaumaturgy, rarely owned by the general public. Okay, well that's better than what he's wearing already, so you know what? We'll keep your gear on. I'll just give you your evergreens back. And we should be good. Oh, I gotta set his quartz too. Right. Let's do... Offensive arts deal critical damage. No, we'll do speed still, yeah. Alright, good. And let's give him the gear. EP cut 3. HP 3. Dragon vision. Evade 3. EP 3. There we go. Oh my god, Zeit's a party member. That is... that is crazy. And we had Garcia as a party member too. Oh my god. This is amazing. It's a good thing we found the gap between the Septium Vein's influence on Ursula Road before things went downhill. From now on, we'll have to manually detect other blind spots around the state if we want to land elsewhere. The Merkaba is short-handed as it is, so we're not exactly in an enviable position. That much is clear. All we can do is take this one step at a time. Finding our comrades, bringing Kia back, even in the most optimistic circumstances, I know it's not going to be easy. That it won't. So for now, we'll just have to do things the hard way. Nice to meet you. My name is Ventos, and I'm a squire with the church. I'm in charge of managing the ship's equipment. We have plenty of gear and accessories in stock, so let me know if you need anything before starting an operation. They only have you handling all that? Sounds like you guys are pretty strapped for personnel. To be fair, we were out of action for the longest time until Father Wazi suddenly called on us. Hold on. I'm turning on my fan. Dude, I will never get used to them. They call him Father Wazi. No way. And this guy is a host. It was all we could, this guy might be he might be worse than Kevin at fitting the stereotype. It was all we could do, pull together a skeleton crew on such short notice. Well, it was a pretty urgent situation. It's been 2 years since we all worked together. I really miss bossing all of you around. Right, I should get back to work. Working with Wazi must be rough. I bet we'll have a lot to talk about with the testaments. Yeah, I bet. Oh, new items. Sure. It's a better one than I have on. Paradigm Claws, Saint's Garb. Oh, I could buy more Saint Garbs. You know what? Sure. Give me 5. Yeah, I'll take some. They just sell Wazi's new gear for free. I'll take it. Might as well give it to Lloyd then in that case. Yeah, it gives me a bit more. So I'll take it. Alright, well, let's walk around. I did not expect the story to take a turn like this, so let's take some time to walk around here. Well, have you figured out your next course of action? Yeah, we've decided that we're going to land here for now. I have to say though, you and Wazi being in the Grail Spreader was a heck of a surprise. Well, it was for the sake of deceiving Archbishop Aralda. He is a detractor of ours due to an inter-congregational conflict. Simply put, the thought process was that no one would expect a Dominion to pose as the head of a street gang. And I guess it worked. Don't come to think of it, you guys did name your group the Testaments, not to mention all the crusades you went on. I suppose we did. I thought we would be less conspicuous if we were intentionally a crude imitation. I can't deny that. You doubled down so hard on your shtick, no one would have ever guessed it was authentic. Anyways, if we get to land whenever? Yeah, spot where aiming has already been pinpointed. You need only say the word. Hold on. Very well. Yeah, I'm gonna walk around a bit more first. Talk to everybody and then we'll go. Oh, hey, Zeit. So we're headed to St. Ursula Hospital, are we? Zeit? You needn't mind me, I was merely reminiscing. Speaking of which, we have been allies for many moons now. Yet in spite of that, I believe this will be the first time we travel the highway together. You're right. Funny how that works out, huh? Still, this is the first time for everything. I'll be counting on you from here. Indeed, I look forward to observing your much vaunted leadership abilities as well. Nice. Yo. Man, Zeit, why did you never talk before, man? This guy is master pretender. This place is cool. You're the leader of the special support section, right? My name is Juno. I'm in charge of the engine room aboard the Merkaba Unit 9. I can also handle synthesizing quartz and tuning your battle ordnance. Really? They train squires to do that? Heh. Well, I've always been good with my hands, as so it happens. I enjoy this kind of work. Now that Ouroboros has shown their cards, the church can't overlook their involvement. I hope we can work together to resolve this. Of course. Count on you. You selling anything new? I don't think so. I think I already own everything that you're selling. What quartz you got, huh? Okay. Yeah, we're good. I am good. Okay, let's get going. We can leave. I think I'll rest real quick. Alright, good. Now we go. Understood. Confirm your destination. Oh, I see. This is like Sky 1, where I can kind of choose where to get off, and we have to like go to each of the 4 towers or whatever. But yeah, we're getting off here at the sandbar. Oh my god, Zeit has his freaking shoes on too. I think the others are going to keep monitoring the situation from above. That's the plan. They're more likely to be discovered if they stay at the ground level. Now then. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septium. Just like what Sister Marble did. I see. You're employing the Grail's thaumaturgy for this. Earth's amber glow, space's golden glow. By your congruent natures, form in you a sanctuary to protect this chariot from ever-watchful eyes. Oh, this is what we want to like teleport back? What is this? A warp circle, capable of stabilizing the gap within the septium vein's influence. It's also invisible to anyone who hasn't been aboard the Merkaba. Impressive, no? Oh, very coincidence. In any case, it should last us for the time being. I'm speechless. Guess it's finally dawning on me that you really are one of the church's knights. After working for you for so long, it's been tough to actually picture you that way. Hey, I'm still the cool, calm, and collected playboy you've always known, Lloyd. But never mind that. What's our next move? Should we try heading to St. Ursula? Yeah, I'd like to confirm the situation there while we're in the area. It also wouldn't hurt to at least scout out the path towards Crossbell City to see what it's like. I'm fine with that as well. However, be aware the cryptids have begun to appear on the highways due to the Pleroma grass. It'd be wise to tread carefully. Yeah, let's be off. Examining warp circles will return you to the Merkaba. Speak to Abbas and select a destination on the map to travel, The number of available warp circles will increase throughout the story. Okay. Did they just show Randy there? That's crazy. Wait, I want to play as Zeit. No, I can't play as Zeit. That's disappointing. I can't switch to Zeit and control him. This is the worst day of my life. Alright, so we're here. Okay, well most of these enemies are still the same. I guess I just have to look for like a colorful purple enemy that's a cryptid. Also, I don't have my enemy radar on too, so I can't see them. So we're not headed to Crossbell City, right? We're headed somewhere else. Oh no, I can head to Crossbell City. Okay, but we're going to St. Ursula Hospital first. Finale. Let's investigate the area on our way to St. Ursula Medical College. Okay. In that case, let's go to Crossbell City, see how far that is. Are there new enemies? Are you new? Oh, you are new. Phoenix Rush. Strength defense minus 25. Gale Force Fang. These are kind of really good. Oh my god. Okay, Zeit, show me what you got. No way my wolf police dog just said yada yada. Okay, man. My police dog got attitude. Right. To Crossbell City. Can I even go all... Oh shit, what? I'm locked out. What is this? We made it all the way back to the barrier. Seeing it up close like this makes me sick. You can tell from the Merkabah that it's covering all of Crossbell City like a dome. But some things can still pass through. Ration trucks, emergency vehicles, and the Defense Force and Red Constellation, to name a few. Who exactly receives the authorization to do so is likely decided by none other than the President. Yes, and those without permission will find themselves unable to breach their way in any physical means. Until the barrier itself has been dealt with, attempting to enter the city would prove a futile use of our time. I know. Keep waiting for me, Kia. I'm coming. You're not with that attitude. Okay, apparently so. Even the monsters can't go in. Well, at least it's good to know that Dieter doesn't discriminate. That much is certain. Okay, were these snails here before too? I don't remember these snails being here. Are you a new enemy? No, you're not. Get the fuck out of my way. Get out of my way, man. Alright, why don't we check out the tower? Actually, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's check out the tower. Okay, that's a lot of enemies. They barely give me anything, too. A waste. I want to check out Stargazer's tower real quick, see if there's anything over there. Wait, look over. What the fuck is that? Oh shit, it's one of the knights. So Ouroboros is guarding this place, are they? That girl in armor keeping watch over the door is one of the Steel Maiden's subordinates. And look at the archaism she has with her. I've never seen any of those before. The Society used those models during the Liberal incident. They were designed from hand-to-hand combat efficiency. Wait, really? I don't remember them. I believe they're called Vanguard units. Oh, okay, that rings a bell. Sounds like more trouble than they're worth. Pulling out may be our best option for now. I have to say though, Wazi, you sure seem to know a lot when it comes to the Society. Fair observation. I guess you could say I'm somewhat familiar with them. The Church's knights and the Society are said to have confronted each other countless times, under the veil of history's shadows. Know thine enemy, the old adage holds true even among two forces as powerful as them. Well, the thing is, circumstances are always shifting between the Church and Ouroboros. Frankly, it's a pretty vicious rat race. Whoops, there I go. Airing our dirty laundry. Good thing Abbas isn't here to chew me out. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't know how he puts up with you. Anyways, let's keep our distance from this place for the time being. Okay. Do I have to throw hands at all the Valkyries? Good to know though. Okay, I'll be back later. For now, we gotta head to St. Ursula. Yada yada, 2 XP. Okay. Dude, his freaking voice. This way. Then I head down. Okay. Okay. Jump scare? Oh, great. Okay. Remember, Zeit doesn't have dragon vision. So do not let Zeit get the finishing blow. Actually, you know, I'm just gonna play it safe and analyze. Alright, hit him with the Phoenix Rush. Alright, good hit. Alright, Wazzy, do your thing. Gale Force Fang. Huh? What? This won't hit him? Are you kidding me? Oh, this'll work. Nice. Wow, it's a arena-wide debuff. He knocked me all the way back. Are you kidding me? It's okay, keep hitting him. That's his weakness. You keep hitting him. And then we impede. And then we keep hitting him. This is the best strategy. That one really got the jump on us, I'll say. But if cryptids are appearing on the highway, there's no way any buses are running to the city, right? I can't imagine they are. Though I doubt the defense force would have much trouble coming and going in these armored cars of theirs. So without them, there's no way to get to the hospital. The citizens' health must be suffering for it. Yes, that is a natural conclusion. Ursula herself must be looking down at us in grief. You mean the same woman from The Saint and the White Wolf? Wait, don't tell me the White Wolf from that story was you, right? The tale of a young caretaker who was marked for death by a feudal lord, but wound up inspiring him instead. She's considered a saint in the church's canon, too. Yes, and in life she was a compassionate young woman. However, she did not lose her life as the story depicts, but rather escaped death. She would then come to marry the knight, who spared her. In fact, their descendants still live in these lands. What? Holy shit. Truth is often stranger than fiction. Yo, Zeit just telling us the true story. Saying this is the way it played out. And get out of my face, man. Oh look, the fisherman's not here anymore. That's what I thought, right? Not so tough with the new fishing laws that Dieter Quab implicated on you. Over there. Oh great, they're here. A defense force unit. They're guarding the hospital. Oh, the timing couldn't be worse. We can't afford to have those soldiers spot us out here. Right, it'd be easier to just avoid them. That said, we have no way of knowing the gaps in the patrol routes. I believe Tio is within the hospital. What? Are you certain? Yes, I pick up a faint trace of her scent. However, I do not believe there are any other S3 members there. Tio, don't tell them. Was she hurt? She's not there to be treated, is she? My nose does have its limits. However, I cannot deny that I share the sentiment of concern. What should we do? I may have a little trick up my sleeve. If I pull this one off, we should be able to confront the soldiers without them calling for reinforcements. Really? I should have known you already have a plan in mind. You flatter me. What's your call, Lloyd? You don't even have to ask. One of our own needs us. We're going. Not about to pass up an opportunity to get Tio back. Then let us be off. Sure, we'll be in and out, like a bolt from the sapphire blue. Okay. Push in. Man, this is boring. Why'd we have to get assigned on watch duty here of all places? There's barely even anything to watch. Quit complaining. Banning's that fugitive from the S3 is still on the lam. Man, what's a single detective gonna do if he shows up here? He'd be done for. Look how quick the CGF frickin' turns their back on me. Like, I helped train these guys in 2 games. I helped Commander Bales, I helped Noel, and this is how they treat me, as a fucking fugitive. Like, snakes, all of them. All rat bastards. Besides, if he has any common sense, he'd probably book it from the state by now. Still, I heard that he had some kind of crazy monster bail him out. They say it ate up the entire 4th Regiment. You don't suppose it's true? Sounds like a little bold to me. But enough about that. If we're here, we may as well check on how Elia's doing. She's still hospitalized, right? Yeah, she should be. She was banged up pretty bad back then. Hope she makes a speedy recovery. At least we can agree on that. Wait, was the strategy to just run in there and kill them? Okay, I'm all for this. He actually showed up here. And just who you were calling a monster exactly? Give them a break. It's an easy mistake to make with your true form. I'd rather not have to fight you. But if you insist on making us force our way through, then we're gonna do just that. I can take their vehicle too. Cheeky little. They're outnumbered. Neutralize them. Okay, did I scan all? Oh, they're new enemies. Okay. So in that case, Wazi. Oh, I can't, okay. Alright, good. Assault rifle guy is scanned and not the halberd guy. Alright. So Zeit can only kill enemies I've scanned. Alright, good. They're both scanned. Alright, eliminate. Eliminate. So strong. Guess it's my turn now. A medal from the Grail Spritter. Sapphire Sealamine, shining from the abyss. Forget. Join with consciousness, silver glow, and confer onto them false memories. Imprinting. What's happening? It's a technique employed by the church that utilizes the power of suggestion. Though I sense that it is not only esoteric force he is applying. Not long ago, you confirmed that a large cryptid was approaching this location. You managed to exterminate it, but due to the wounds you sustained, you decided to return to base. You made no contact with Bannings, nor were there any sights that he could be arriving soon. Whatever you say, man. No sign of Bannings. Wait, no, I need their vehicle. That's how I can get back into the city. We should have kept the vehicle. Ah, damn. How? Manipulation to the extent should not be possible through mere suggestion. I presume this technique relies on the power of your stigma. Oh, he has a stigma too. No keeping secrets from a holy beast, is there? Yeah, it's not something I like to talk about, really. Past traumas and so on. But that aside, what I did has its limits. The effects will only last 2, maybe 3 days at most. Oh, that's pretty cool though. So Wazi has a stigma too. Does every Grail Spritter have a stigma? Kevin does too. We also can't rely on this too much. The defense force will be looking for signs for it once they figure it out. Makes sense. I'll keep that in mind.